Well, hello, all you Libra sun signs. Welcome to the Your Natural Healer channel. My name is Tammy, and I am very happy that you decided to join me, or that the universe brought you here for this September Zodiac reading for all those with the sun sign of Libra. Just exciting stuff. So what we're going to do today is I do 4 types of Zodiac readings. So they're done every 4 months. And, hold on. See, I always get myself confused when I try to think about it. I do 4 readings. Yeah, so they're done 3 times a year. Yeah. Okay. So, yes, it's every 4 months. And it's been a long day. And so this particular month, we are doing what I call a life check-in. So we're going to look at, and we're going to draw from the tarot deck, we're going to look at career, money, love, health, and spirituality. Then we're going to draw 1 card looking at some negative forces that may be coming into your space. And then I normally draw a crystal before these types of readings. However, I was drawn, this is a crystal card deck, and I was really drawn to that. So we're going to draw a card and see what the universe thinks, that you should work with. My tripod has not been cooperating with me in the other readings, so I do apologize as I bang it around. For those of you who are new, you're going to see that my channel, I do not edit. What you get is what you get. All right. This is real life. All right, so before we begin, I usually do some announcements and things like that. I'm not going to do the announcements on these because this video is good for September, October, November, and December. I won't do this reading again until January. So somebody may choose not to watch it until January. All right, so as far as housekeeping though goes, if you would consider subscribing to the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. Getting subscribers is very difficult. The YouTube formula, I don't want to say the A word, it is real, and part of it is based off the number of subscribers. And the first thing I have to get to is 500. And we just hit 400. We were doing really good in the beginning, and it seems to have stalled down a little bit. I don't know if just my videos aren't getting out there. And that brings me to the next thing. If you find that you enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up, because the more thumbs up I get, the more my content gets showed to other people that may be interested, okay? I just know that eventually you reach 1,000, and then I can do like some special events on here and things like that. So I really do want to take this to the next level if possible. So again, thank you. Oh, and you can turn off the notifications if you don't know that. I didn't know it. And it was like, once I started my channel, I subscribe to everybody now because I know how much work goes into this. So if I watch somebody, I always subscribe. So my phone was constantly blowing up. So-and-so released a video. So-and-so released one. And somebody's like, oh, just turn off the notifications. So I thought it was through the phone. They're like, well, no, you can turn off on certain channels. So I have like 2 channels that I keep the notifications up. Everybody else, I know when to go look for stuff. But anyway, so you can turn off the notifications. That will not offend me. All right. That was it. All right. Normally I go on about the specials next, but we're not talking about that. All right. So, I'm going to move the crystal deck over to the side so I have some room, and move this deck over here so I have some room, and I'm going to get these shuffles. Now, I'm not a good card shuffler, and I do apologize for that. And it's kind of hard because the way that this camera is set up in front of me, and sometimes I have to look through the viewer, the screen, and that's really difficult. What else, Libra? I feel like I'm leaving something out. Oh, sure. I know what I'm reading about, whether or not the reading resonates. Now, remember, this is a general reading. I'm channeling all Libra energy, or Libra energy. However, this is not going to resonate with every Libra out there. So don't get frustrated or say, oh, it's fake news. You can always come back to the video. This is, like I said, good until January, and watch it then, and it may make more sense to you. Or you can always just go ahead and sign up for a personal reading. My rates are very, very, very inexpensive. I'm not trying to price gouge people. And I have all types of packages. You can get a reading with Reiki. There's a reading I have that you can ask one question and I'll give you 3 options. So there's lots of things out there. So go to yournaturalhealer.com, take a look if that's something you want, or you can email me directly, Tammy at yournaturalhealer.com, and say, hey, Tammy, I'm interested in a reading. And then we can, exchange emails and get it figured out for you. All right. So you don't have to do everything through the website. If the reading does resonate with you, what I want you to do is take your right heart, your right heart. Oh, I need coffee. Take your right hand, place it over your heart, take a deep breath in and say, yes, I claim this for myself. Okay? And I think I hit the camera again, and I really apologize. This thing, hold on. It should be tight. We'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. So I'm going to first lay out the cards, and then I will fix them to make them a little more appealing so we can see everything. I'm going to set the deck off to the side. Okay, Libras. All right, the first card that we're going to look at, we're going to talk about career, all right? So this is what's going to be what energy you're moving into, and the universe, what message they want to give you pertaining to that. And you got the 6 of Cups. Now, the 6 of Cups card, Cups always deals with the element of water, which, deals with emotions. This is a heart chakra card. It also draws on sun energy, as well as Scorpio energy. And as far as your career goes, whatever your current job is, and I don't care if it is, a minimum wage job or if you're out making bank, you're going to find yourself moving into a space of like a group dynamic. And I don't necessarily mean a group project, because I know I hate group projects, but you're going to find where you're going to be sharing your knowledge, or someone's going to be sharing knowledge with you. So I see a mentor-mentee relationship happening. And it doesn't necessarily mean you're being taken under somebody's wing, or you're taking somebody under your wing. But I do feel that there's going to be a lot of knowledge that's being shared by one and learned by others. Okay. So I don't know if you're sharing the knowledge or if you're in the group that's going to be receiving the knowledge, but it's very beneficial. It's going to be great for your career, great for your job. It's obviously going to bring you less stress. It's going to make things more smoother, more efficient. Just a really good space. So this is a really good card for career. You're about to learn a lot of really good things that are going to help you. So make sure when you're at work, even if you think it's something totally stupid, because I can remember so many times doing like trainings, and you go do this training and it turns out to be really good, but going into it, you're like, oh, this is going to be so stupid. Why do I have to do this? And you actually learn something. So make sure you're not going in with any predispositions. Okay. But other than that, that's what the universe, the message they want to give you. Okay. Or not what the universe wants to give you. All right. The next card we're going to draw is we're going to talk about your financial situation or position, and what kind of message the universe wants to give you, Libra, on this is, hold on, I can't read it upside down. The 4 of Wands in reverse. Okay. This is all throat chakra. This is Wands is fire energy. Venus in Aries. And reverse cards can take on a couple meanings. It can amplify the upright position. It can be the opposite. And what I'm really getting for this for you is that you are moving into a really stable place financially. That's not saying you don't have bills to pay or you don't have some debt or whatever, but I don't necessarily see you live paycheck to paycheck with struggle. Okay. I actually see that you're in such a great position that you're treating your family to either a really nice dinner, and I'm not talking like McDonald's or Olive Garden or something like this. I'm talking about a really nice upscale dinner, a place that's somebody that you don't go to every month or a lot. It's just a really special place. So I see you either treating them to that or even a day out, whether it's a day at the amusement park, and you know what, you just spend and you don't worry about it because you're at a good place where you can afford a day like that where, you know what, if your kids want all these tickets to ride rides, then you know what, you buy all the tickets. I know some amusement parks, the smaller ones, work like that. But this is a really good place. Now you got to remember though, stability or life is a duality. We have positives and negatives. So this treating, I don't want you to turn it into an everyday thing that you're out there, like you'll see the people with the money and they're going, or however, and all the cash is flying. This is a special event. Like I said, a one-day thing where you take them to a theme park or something special, spending, a bit of money, putting a little dent in the checkbook balance, but the dent's not going to hurt you. And it's not an everyday thing because, again, you still need to save for a rainy day because this isn't going to last forever. Life has ups and downs. We have good and bad. So right now you're in a really good, stable place, but that's not going to stay like that forever. Okay. So enjoy it and then get back to, managing your funds and looking at wants versus needs and saving for a rainy day. Really good job there, Libra. Universe really smiling upon you with that. All right. The next card we're going to talk about is love. All right. And for love, Libra, and this is what everybody loves, you got, again, upside down, 9 of Cups in reverse. Okay, again, we talked about already, Cups deals with water energy, the element of water, so that's like emotions. This is the sacral chakra, and it does pull in Jupiter and Pisces energy. If you are currently in a relationship, it doesn't matter if you're married or not, or if it's a week long or 1,000 weeks long. Someone in the relationship, whether it's you or them, and again, I just want to say really quickly, I don't sugarcoat my readings. There are people that, I'm sorry, I keep moving this around. Let me move my chair back. There are readers that pull cards to make it always sound like sunshine and unicorns. And if I pull a bad card, I'm not going to tell you you're going to get hit by a bread truck on the second Tuesday of next week or anything. But I'm not going to sit there and go, oh, things are wonderful. Your relationship, as I remember, we just talked about duality. I think that you're on that little down slope, or you're somewhere in that bottom slope. You may be coming on the verge of coming out of it, but I think somebody in the relationship is feeling a little let down, maybe even a little disappointed, and they might feel like that, but it might not be anything that anybody's done. I think maybe, I don't want to say bored, but a little stagnant. So make sure you're paying attention to your actions, your partner's actions. If it's you that's feeling this way, then talk to your partner about it. If it's them and you're noticing it, talk to them about it. Maybe you guys need to go see a therapist. There's nothing wrong with counseling, whether couples therapy or marriage therapy, whatever you want to call it. There's nothing wrong with therapy. It can be a wonderful, wonderful tool and can really help blossom the relationship. But like I said, I don't think it's anything serious. I've been with my husband, well, not married. I mean, we're married now. We've been married a long time, but we've been together even longer. We've been together almost 32 years. And trust me, we have our ups and downs, and that's part of a relationship. And I think that you're in that little bottom thing, and this is nothing serious. I don't think there's any cheating going on or any lying or manipulating or anything like that. Not picking that up. I just think that you guys have come off a really nice high and you're now down on that low, and it's time to, every now and then you got to rekindle that flame. So, maybe make some time out. We just talked about taking your family out for something special. So maybe do something special with the family, but if you have kids, do a family thing, but do something special for just you and your significant other as well. If you don't have children, then maybe this is what the financial thing is talking about. Go do something really special for the family. But again, make sure communication. Don't just hear, listen, okay? And talk, all right? And like I said, I don't feel that there's anything bad or negative or nefarious going on. It's just the stupid rough patches that we all have. So it'll be all right. If you're single, how do I want to say this? You need to maybe take a little break from the dating scene and get your head more in the game. And what I mean by that is I think that you've got a little bit of confidence and self-esteem issues going on. I think you definitely need to work on your solar plexus. If you've been dating a lot of people, and they're the wrong person, they're like just bad relationships, you're being cheated on. Maybe you got involved with somebody that's heavily into drugs and you didn't find out till afterwards. But if you find yourself recurring in these bad relationships, it's because you're not going into it really with an true open heart. Okay? And I think this is coming from your solar plexus, because I think that because your confidence is maybe a little shot, that you're kind of settling. And I hate to use that word because I don't know. But I think somebody's interested in you. And I'm not trying to say that, you just date anything. But I'm just saying, you're not, the red flags are there in these relationships. You're ignoring them. That's what I'm trying to say. So I really think that you need to get your head straight so that you're able to not only see them, because you do see the red flags, you're just choosing to turn away. And I think that you need to, when you see those red flags, you need to go, okay, stop, no, turn around and walk away. So if I were you, I would definitely meditate on your solar plexus. If you're into crystals, use, I would use some yellow jasper. You could even use some peach moonstone. And actually, I would use maybe some peach moonstone and also maybe a little bit of rose quartz. Because rose quartz is the peach moonstone is going to help your solar plexus, but the rose quartz is going to help you be kind and gentle with yourself and, empathize with yourself and be non-judgmental as you work through these confidence issues. And I think once you work through those solar plexus issues, that everything else is going to be wonderful. And then once you re-enter the dating scene, you're not going to be falling for these losers, which I hate to, talk bad about people, but it is what it is. Call a spade a spade. You're not going to see these red flags and all the problems that these people have, and they have no business being in a relationship till they work their crap out. So, again, just really, really focus on that solar plexus. If you want a Reiki session, I offer 30-minute Reiki sessions. I can do, I can really work on the solar plexus. I can also really hit up the heart chakra, but then I'll, balance out and strengthen and make sure everything else is activated to clean your auric field. So if that's something you're interested, please reach out to me, hit me up. I would love to help you with that. And that'll kind of give you a fresh start so you can kind of then start working on yourself and move forward. Okay. All right. Not the greatest card, but not absolutely horrific. All right, let's talk about health. Now, I'm not here to sit there and tell you you have X, Y, and Z wrong with you. I am not a medical doctor. In a health context, if you have any symptoms, an illness, if you're hurt, you either need to go see your doctor or call your primary care physician, okay? Everything that I do metaphysical, whether it's crystals, I may suggest crystals, but that doesn't mean, let's say if you're on high cholesterol medicine, that you go ahead and stop taking all your medicine because you're going to use crystals. Well, that's just ridiculous. All of this is going to work in conjunction with your medical treatment. Okay, so we've said that. It's supposed to work together. It's not, holistic medicine is not supposed to replace it. All right, so let's see what we got for health. Yeah, go figure. The devil. The devil's usually not a really bad card. This is a root chakra card. It does deal with earth energy. And zodiac energy it draws on is Saturn and Capricorn. With this being a general reading, the devil usually does talk about some addiction. So if you are someone that is suffering from any kind of addiction, and I'm not talking necessarily, it doesn't have to be drugs. It doesn't just have to be alcohol. It doesn't have to just be overeating. You could be addicted to the television. So you're just staying on the couch. You're not getting physical activity, and that, bothers your health. Or maybe you're addicted to shopping and you just spend, and then you get the credit card and you're like, I have no way to pay. So then you've got some stress and anxiety, which can again manifest, physically. So if you're suffering from any kind of addiction like that, I would, if it's like alcohol or drugs or, overeating or something like that, definitely go see your doctor, reach out to some support groups, AA, NA, all of that. And if in general, if you're feeling unwell, all I'm going to say with this card is go see your doctor. Okay. If you don't feel right, don't wait, go make an appointment, get checked out to make sure everything's okay. If you do find out you do have some type of illness, and it doesn't matter how severe it is, whether it's, I don't want to say that something's simple, but, because high blood pressure is not simple. But if it's something like that compared to, I don't know, the first thing that comes to mind is Parkinson's disease. Don't let whatever you have define you, okay? But just remember that, and that goes with the, if you're addicted to spending or whatever, don't let that define you. Don't, try to get that stuff under control. But if you do feel unwell, all I'm going to say, Libra, is make sure you go to your doctor. Preventative medicine, it goes a long way. Okay? All right. I need to grab some water. Hold on, please. Okay. And real quick, just with this card, I don't want anybody to be freaked out that, oh my God, she's not saying nothing. She's just saying, I told you, I'm not going to sit there and tell somebody, oh, you're going to get hit by a bread truck middle of next week. I might just say, oh, if you're prone to accidents, just make sure you're very careful and be diligent and don't just run across the street without looking or something like that. So in no way am I saying that anybody's sick or anything like that. Like, I'll give you an example. My husband, he will, it takes it to really, he waits till he absolutely has to go to the doctor, rather than going when he could have went earlier. He'll wait. So that's what I'm saying with this card. Don't wait. If you think that you're ill or you don't feel well, don't wait. Go to the doctor. And if everything's great, wonderful. What'd you do? Lose $20-$30 on a copay? You know what? That's better to lose $20-$30 now than find out something was wrong and you waited a year to go to the doctor and now you've got $30,000 in medical bills. That's all I'm saying. Okay, just wanted to clarify that. All right, so let's talk about spirituality and my Libra friends. What does the universe want you to know for this upcoming space that you are entering? And you got the Knight of Cups. That is your third Cups card. So, I'd be interested to see where some of the water signs are in your zodiac chart. So just be really mindful of your emotions coming up, because as I said, Cups deals with water energy, which does deal with our emotions. Now, as far as this goes, this is a heart chakra card. Again, water, we talked about that. And this deals with Libra energy and Scorpio energy. It pulls on those. And this card is saying that the universe has been sending you some messages. I don't know what about, but the universe has been trying to get your attention, and I think maybe you haven't been paying attention so much, which if you watched, was it last month's video? Was the karmic reading? Or the previous month, which those are still valid. I mean, the last 3 readings I did are still good. The first month I did was June. Anyway, those are still, the space is still good. But anyway, the universe is sending you some messages. Dreams. One of the ways that, the universe and our angels and guides and things like that send us messages are through our dreams. If you don't have a dream journal, watch my video. It's under Tuesday's Enlightenment, and I think it's called, I don't remember what it's called, spiritual journals maybe. And I do talk about dream journals in there. Wonderful, 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 wonderful tool. Okay. Start to write down, and it will help you remember. You'll learn to start remembering your dreams easier. I am going to be releasing sometime either in late fall, early winter. I'm going to offer a workshop on lucid dreaming. But I don't want to get into that too much. So that's something to watch for. As I said, your natural healer, I'm about to turn up the volume a little bit on it. All right. So we talked about dreams. Another way that the universe can send you messages is maybe a song from 20 years ago you haven't heard, and all of a sudden you keep hearing it on the radio. You might want to listen to what's the song title, maybe listen to the actual lyrics. There's some kind of message in there. One of the coolest, and I've taken a few courses on this in my studies, in the course of my studies, talking about one of the ways, and I think it was in my angel certification course, license plates, the vanity plates. They said if you, and it doesn't even need to be a vanity plate. I've seen license plates that are just, random, but it almost makes a word or it makes sense to me. And I'm like, oh, that number and these letters, oh, that's relating to my dad or something, So pay attention to license plates. Not obviously not while you're driving, but when you're like at a stoplight or a stop sign and you roll up and you can normally read their plates, there could be a message there for you. Vanity plates are definite, but like I said, I've also found out it's regular license plates too. There could be, a bunch of numbers or something. So anyway, I can't give you any more than this other than the universe is sending you a message. Well, they're going to be sending you a message from this point forward. Just get that third eye open. If your third eye is not open, then man, start doing some good meditation. But you have to remember, you want all your chakras in balance too. So really, really, if you're not meditating with your chakras, get in and get that going, okay? I'd be curious. I'm having a feeling it's a good thing, so I'm not getting that these are like bad messages or anything like that. All right, so let's go ahead and see as far as, is there anything negative that we need to watch out as far as you or maybe somebody else is bringing into your space? And the card Libra you got for that, it says, these are hard to read. Sybil, which that's just the name of the character. Foresight. Okay, that is definitely playing into this. All right. Now, we've all heard the saying, hindsight is 20/20. Okay. None of us can tell the future. Like, when people sit there with, especially tarot, they're like, well, how can you sit there and say that, be careful in the near future, this, that, and the other. When cards are drawn, they're drawn on your present energy. We make thousands of choices that we don't even realize every day. When you get up in the morning and you turn your alarm off, you've already made 3 choices. First of all, you made the choice to turn your alarm off. You made the choice not to sit there and hit snooze for 10 minutes. And you've made the choice not to just turn your alarm off and go back to bed. Okay? So as you see, the future is subjective. We can always change the future. So that's why I love tarot, because it can say something like this card here, that maybe you're not feeling good. So, okay, I can be proactive about that and go get checked out, make sure everything's, that the reason why I'm not feeling good, I'm just dehydrated. I need to drink more water. Okay, well, it wasn't as bad as I thought. I like tarot because it can help you make better choices for your highest good. All right. So foresight isn't about telling the future, but it's saying that you really need to pay attention, that this is saying the universe is sending you messages that are going to help you with something in the future. And that's what we just talked about here, was to pay attention. So it's really cool that, this is a totally different deck. This is an oracle deck. This is a tarot deck. And you drew basically 2 cards that are saying the same exact thing. So, if one of the things you could do if you meditate, one of the really good things to meditate with, as far as with working with the third eye, is Super 7. It's 7 different crystals in one. It is one of my favorites. This is actually, if I can stretch without knocking the camera over, this is actually Super 7. This is a sphere, and it looks prettier in person than it does on camera. But I use Super 7 all the time. You see how shiny it is? But there's amethyst in it, and I can't remember everything. Clear quartz, and I forget the other 5. One begins with a C, C-O, I forget what it's called. I always forget that one. But it is made of 7, and it's wonderful. I utilize that anytime I'm making sure my third eye is open, or I'm working on my intuition or, sharpening my psychic gifts. And remember, we all have psychic gifts. It's just, we lose it over time because we're indoctrinated to do so. So really, this card, as far as, it's not negative. Negative is if you're just, the signs are there and you're blowing them off, which we just said that with the love about, you're seeing the red flags and you're blowing them off. But this is not about that. But the universe is sending you some messages, okay? So just keep your eyes open and be diligent. All right, let's go ahead and do a crystal card, and then we are done. All right. And you guys, Libra, got, I'm going to say this wrong, Boji stones, balance. I do not actually own these. I think they come from, it's a state that's not too far from me. Not Missouri, Kansas. But anyway, the card is about balance. I do not have this in my personal collection. I do not have these for sale on Your Natural Healer. I do have crystals to help with balance. But the universe is really wanting you to work on some balance in your life, and it's balancing all of these things, balancing your work, balancing your love life, balancing your finances, balancing your spiritual life, balancing, your medicine. Finding balance sometimes can be very, very difficult. We can get overwhelmed with things. If we're putting more effort, saying, into these relationships, then maybe we're not paying attention to our health, or we're not paying attention to our spirituality. So finding balance is a very difficult formula, and balance today may not be the same balance we need in a month. So anytime you're feeling kind of off balance or cattywampus, meditate. First thing you need to do is hit up the 7 main chakras, okay? If you're interested in Reiki, before I became a practitioner, and the place I went to charged, I would say probably about 130% more than I charge for a Reiki session. It wasn't double, it was more than double of what I charge. But anyway, I used to go get Reiki every single month. And I'm telling you, that made all the difference in my world, with being able to balance things and focus on things. And, maybe I would do something and maybe my heart chakra would be out of whack the next month, or my solar plexus. And that happens. But, Reiki can be preventative maintenance. And it doesn't matter if you do a 30-minute session or a 60-minute session. If it's something you're interested in, do it. I would love to be your Reiki practitioner, but, if you're not comfortable with that, that's fine. I get that. There's plenty of Reiki practitioners out there. One of the things I love about distance Reiki is that you can do it anytime, any place. I have one client in Japan, and I have another client in Australia, and that's all I'm going to say. But I do Reiki every single month on them. So, it doesn't need to be in person, is what I'm saying. And that's what makes Reiki so beautiful. But anyway, get to that balance, and, you're going to find your life is just so much more zen. Okay. That is all I have for you, Libra. So, I hope that you got something out of this. And please check me out on Facebook. I got a lot of stuff going on there. Check out yournaturalhealer.com. Read the description below. There's all kinds of great information. And I hope that you subscribe and you become part of the Your Natural Healer community. I love doing this, and I love helping people. And I want your spiritual journey to be as wonderful and as perfect as it can be. All right, Libra, go live your best life, but do it the natural way. Namaste.